All right, David. So let's get started. Thank you for taking time to record. Let me record this video testimonial. So first, let's start with you sharing a little bit about you, who you are, and what's your kind of a role and adjuncts and association with Synerzip.
Sure. So my name is David Farmer. I'm the founder of Ad Giants and been working on it for quite a long time. We had an enterprise marketing software company prior to the engagement with Synerzip. It was a different type system. But in 20 years, I've been through, I think I counted up 6 different development teams, both onshore and offshore, that we utilized and tried before. So I've got a pretty good knowledge of what works, what doesn't work. So a good history, a rich history of that, but they're 2 different systems, and we were very excited to work with Synerzip.
Good. So now that you've been working with us for a few months, tell us about overall your experience with Synerzip. What stands out?
Well, I think the thing that stands out the most is, obviously when you and I knew each other prior to this, but then when we first met, there's just something about you. You're so detail oriented, and your knowledge base of this space and different types of systems is very rich. And why that's important is because when you heard our particular story about what we wanted the company to be and look and feel like it, what you look at it almost like it's not a requirements document. You look at it from a holistic view, which I haven't seen before. And then you were able to break it down into requirements chunks. And it really felt good as the founder to see that somebody that is a developer understood what I was trying to achieve with this goal, both short-term and long-term. So many development teams are focused on like right now, and they don't truly understand what it is you're trying to achieve for a customer. They just see it through developers' eyes. And truthfully, Synerzip's been the first company that has been able to see this as what my vision was. And I can't estimate that the value of that is huge. And then, of course, having done so much of this in the past, you were very kind to put up some great references for me. So I was able to go back and talk to other people who work with Synerzip, and clearly what I had felt was verified by all these other people. That and so my first thing is you saw the vision, and my second thing is what you said you were going to do, you did, and you did it on time, on budget. And you added value in many of those areas where you said, hey, did you think of this? And that's always a discovery process within the development. And it was just invigorating to see that happen. It's just been great.
Great to hear. So any observations on the time zone issue? India is,
we were used to that. We were used to that. We've worked in people in Czechoslovakia. We've worked with companies in South America. So we were used to time zone type things. So it wasn't, if we're asking someone to join our team and we walk into it knowing it's a global situation, then you kind of have to accept that. It's not, we shouldn't make those people change their lives just to make it more convenient for us. We need to be a team, and we need to be respectful of their time, as I know they are. Thus, it was really never an issue. Yeah, some early mornings and maybe some late afternoons or late nights, but we knew that going in, and we're fine with that.
Okay. Any kind of observations on the amount of effort it took on your side, you or your team members, to get quality output from Synerzip team sitting in India?
No. We only, if you recall, we only had one little bitty obstacle in the beginning that was around the UI. And so we had a very defined UI that we wanted to capture. And your team was fantastic, but they were the first ones to kind of raise their hand and say, we don't seem to be hitting it exactly like you want, but we can bring on a UI expert to work with the team here in India and translate it better. The moment that happened, it was perfect. So, and it wasn't that much of a cost increase for us to bring in somebody to make sure, because when you're building all the dashboards we did and the apps that we were, clearly it had to look great. And you guys weren't far off, but I'm kind of detail oriented. I'm the guy that's looking at the spacing between letters and things. So I'm more picky than most because I'm a designer myself, but your people did great.
Excellent. Overall, as you look at the work, on the economics, the promise of the economics advantage, did that really work out for you guys with the India team and all that?
Yeah, and again, having done it so many times before, you always know there's going to be a variable in there that's going to be plus or minus 10 or 15% on either side. Unfortunately, it never goes to the negative side, it always goes the other side. But you do kind of expect that. And a lot of it is self-imposed, where we decided to do more things. What was great about your team is they were constantly reminding us, okay, if you want to do that, it's going to take X amount of more time. So we could calculate what that cost change might be. And that was really great, because in the past, I've just had developers that it's a surprise gotcha at the end of the month when you get your bill. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to cost that much more. But we always knew what to expect with Synerzip. You were always on top of it. So we could budget accordingly for that.
Excellent. Anything else that we didn't cover that stands out, given your extensive experience with working with teams in other time zones and other companies and all that? If you were advising someone else who's looking for a software development partner, what stands out in your mind about Synerzip?
Yes, I think Synerzip truly does have nice people. I mean, your team in India, your team here, we always felt like we were on the same page. We felt like they were truly an extension of us. And being somebody who has built software before, there's always that, should I hire within and have my own development team versus going outside? And then there's the trade-offs for each. I have to interview people, I have to make sure they're great. And then they may be there for 6 months and turn out to be a dud. I already know that you've done all that. So especially in a startup early stage company, I think it's, unless you have friends or people that are known entities with you, I think it's foolish to spend the money and try to build that yourself. But at the same time, there are obviously a lot of Indian teams and a lot of global teams that are out there that are vying for your business daily. And that's good and that's bad, because how do you find the right one, the needle in the haystack? And I was lucky because I knew you, I knew of your work ethic, I knew of your professionalism, and that definitely helped. But your influence of past customers was clearly very, very greatly impacted my decision and validated it. But Synerzip, just hands down, I looked at you guys as an ongoing solution for us, as you're my development department now moving forward. I have no need to hire any other people.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that feedback. Hopefully our other clients and prospects will find this useful testimonial. So thanks for
Oh, you can use me anytime you want. If they want to call me, I'll put my hand over my heart and tell them how great it is.
Excellent.